This Coast to Coast Entertainment Network program is brought to you by Beside Me Bracelets. Our bracelets are handmade for any occasion. Use the promo code Coast to Coast for 15% off. Visit their website at besideme.com. Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry. With 24-hour shopping available, use the code 160920 and show her some love, like she showed us. Reaper Apparel Company, a commitment to live your most authentic way every single day. Visit reaperapparelco.com for more information and a look at all of their apparel offerings. And by Good Day Embroidery, your local source for custom embroidery, screen printing, and more. Log on to gooddayembroidery.com for more information.
Welcome, everybody, to Between the Ropes here on Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. It is our Pro Wrestling Awards for 2025. We'll get to that here in a little bit. I am joined with Big B. How you doing, Big B?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I've been waiting last couple weeks for this show, mainly just to kind of see what our rookie Kevin has to pick from and see his awards for the first time. But a couple good weeks of wrestling. 2025 is, at the end. Now it's, time to get in for 2026, get some predictions possibly at the end of the show and get into some more great wrestling action.
Yeah, it's our annual show to close out the year. It's going to be a fun one. We're also joined by Kevin. How you doing, Kevin?
Doing pretty good. Excited for my first ever award show. So should be fun.
Yep, it's going to be a fun one. A lot of great topics. Kind of like the usuals they put on WWE and a lot of other platforms and stuff. We're getting into ours here in a little bit. And we got some fun ones to add with it.
We always got Dragon Viper's picks too, Chris. So
that's right.
Those are always fun.
It is. So, like you said, we're closing out the year. Last week, SmackDown had their final SmackDown of 2025. It was pre-recorded, but it was a good show. It had Joe Hendry starting out with a little song about The Miz. And then The Miz came out, did not like that, started a match. Basically, Joe Hendry defeated The Miz. I believe Joe Hendry is part of the SmackDown roster, from what I remember. But
I believe he is. I think I don't know if it's been official, but I know he was going to be one of the call-ups as rumored. So
I think on the WWE website they got him as SmackDown. So but a lot of movement and shake. Moving from WWE NXT to SmackDown or Raw. But what do you think of Hendry in his first main roster match?
Well, it was the annual fight on 34th Street, I guess they call it.
Yeah.
Joe Hendry, of course, the song was funny. I was laughing through it.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you knew The Miz was going to come out and interrupt, but it was a good match. I'm just looking at the review here.
I like how he's like, I'm uncomfortable singing this, but I'll continue.
Yeah. So, but no, it was a good match. I can't wait to see how they book. Joe Hendry, Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes, Brock, Braun Breaker. Because they are looking to. It seems like they're looking to get more of the younger stars in there as the older generation's going away. So, but Henry, I'm definitely glad he's getting up there. I know last year we talked, and a lot of people didn't like how he was kind of promoting himself and doing different theme songs and entrances for different people. But hey, he's in business for himself. He's making money. You can't really argue that. So, but no, good match to start SmackDown and the end of 2025.
Yeah, and I also think that no matter what you're doing or what your profession is, whatever, you are in a way in it for yourself. Yeah, you're trying to help others and do all that, but as far as your career, your outlook, it's you.
Yep.
Just don't be too selfish about it.
That's the key right there. Don't be
Yeah.
selfish.
Kevin, what do you think? What do you think of the
Yeah,
booking?
kind of what Brandon said as well. I'm interested in seeing how they're gonna book him. He hasn't made too many appearances, but yeah, like you said, I think he's part of the roster now.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, I'm glad he put over the Miz. It's always funny to see the Miz lose, because he always has some kind of reaction or some kind of excuse. Um, but yeah, it was funny to see them have Joe Hendry singing that song, The Miz. So that was interesting.
yeah, and I think the Miz is. You talked about it a little bit here. The Miz is kind of like what Ziggler was in that putting over talent. He knows his career kind of is over in a way, but still trying to help out the talent.
Yeah, I think the Miz is at the point where he knows that he's not going to be getting the main event spot, the main titles. He's just there to definitely put over the up and comers, I believe.
Yeah, and I think he's okay with it. I don't see any issue
Yeah.
with it. You mentioned Carmelo Hayes. We'll get to him in a little bit. But our second matchup was Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss taking on Lash Legend and Nia Jax for the tag titles. And Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair won that. You surprised by that?
Was that? I thought it was Charlotte Flair versus Lash Legend 1-on-1.
Maybe it was. Either way, Charlotte won.
Yeah, Charlotte did win.
Uh,
It was a good match. I think Lash Legend is definitely going to be one to reckon with down the road. I mean, I think her and Nia Jax, if they book them right, are going to be a team that a lot of people aren't going to want to mess with. But Charlotte, she's still relevant, and it's going to be interesting to see where this rivalry goes and see where, again, how they book them down the road and who they push and who they and of course everything's written in pencil because you just never know when injuries are going to happen. So
no, you don't. And I think Charlotte's going to be in the singles division soon,
yeah,
within the next few months.
yeah,
Uh,
I'm with you.
she'll be in the hunt for another title.
Sis
Kevin?
or Kevin?
Oh,
Yeah, like Brandon said, I think Nia Jackson and Lash Legend, they're going to be a team to, be reckoned with. So, they got a lot of power. I think, Charlotte Flair has the upper hand just from experience. So, I mean, other than that, it was a good match.
it was a good match. It'll be interesting to see what happens, with the tag titles, soon. We'll get to that here later. Third match of the night, we had Ilya Dragunov defending his United States Championship against one Carmelo Hayes. And surprisingly, even though it's only a couple more days before the new year, we had a new champion in Carmelo Hayes. A lot of people are excited that he is now champion. Some people are saying that it's overdue. I don't know if it's really overdue. I think it's more of when, not if, he's going to get a championship. But we'll start with Kevin. What do you think of Carmelo Hayes getting his first main roster championship?
Yeah, it was well deserved. He's been showing that he can, put up a good fight and show that, he's well deserving of a title. Like Brandon said earlier, they're pushing these younger guys now, or
Yeah.
we'd like to see him push these younger guys. So seeing him win a title against a, tough opponent just shows where his, I guess, storyline is going to be at now. So that was good to see someone with the younger talent coming in and taking the title and becoming the new champion going into the new year. So, good for him.
So, Chris went away. All right. So, yeah, this was a great match. Both of them went all out. I'm looking at a Bleacher Report, recap here. They're giving it an A. I'd give it an A too. It's nice to see Mello get that. This is a match that I could see. Let's rerun it at the Rumble. Let's rerun it at Elimination Chamber. Let's give us that 3-4 match stint here of these guys if they're going to keep putting it out like that. I know some fans will be like, oh, let's move on. No, I want to see these guys, at least 2 more times. Rumble and, maybe something down the road, for that 3rd time. But yeah,
so who gave it an A?
Bleacher Report gave it a name.
Uh-huh. I always feel like Ilya gives like his everything in it, and he could really injure himself, but
both the guys can injure themselves at any point in time. I mean, they
I know, but I mean, he seems like he doesn't. I mean, he throws caution to the wind.
Yep.
You also had we had a promo package with Damian Priest and Aleister Black announcing their next matchup in their saga, I guess you could call it.
Yeah.
And it was reported on social media that's going to be an ambulance match this Friday.
Really? Okay.
Yes. So
I was kind of hoping for a blindfold match. I was kind of hoping with the smoke and almost supposedly blinding Priest that they would have did a blindfold match. But ambulance match, hey, that still works.
I don't think we've had an ambulance match in a while, from what I remember.
It's been a while. It's been a few years.
Yeah.
But
I think that
from what I recall, wasn't it the last one the Braun Strowman Roman Reigns?
That's what I thought. But maybe there's one during the pandemic.
You could be right on that.
There's one during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Well, and then we had the promo of all promos, I guess you can say it, for the year. We'll bring that up later. Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes. Drew McIntyre apologized to the referee. Got reinstated.
Didn't we have a tag match beforehand, Chris?
Huh?
Didn't we have a women's tag match before that?
I don't know.
Yeah, we had Gulia and James versus Green and Fire. So,
yeah, I didn't.
It might have been one of those bathroom breaks that Dragon Viper takes,
Well, when I was looking at the recap, I saw it, but I didn't know what was really going on. So I was like,
I honestly don't remember watching it, so I must have been doing something else. So.
I think I was too, but
yeah, sure. we could definitely get into the big promo at the end. That's very big for this week. So.
Yeah, Drew McIntyre revealed the stipulation for their title match, and it's a match we haven't seen since 2019. It is the 3 stages of hell. Yes. Basically, it's a best 2 out of 3 with all 3 matches having a different stipulation to it or a different recall to it. But whoever
No. I know. You guys have to go back one. No, 3 stages.
No, I've seen the first one. It's like the first match. It could be a steel cage match.
No,
Second one's
no,
gonna
no,
be.
no, no. You're
That's what.
way off. No, the 3 stages of hell is if you guys go back to watch Ready to Rumble, um that's where it came from, was designed as a cage on top of a cage on top of a cage,
Not what
and
I
you gotta
read.
keep, well, unless they're changing it, but I know all the promos are, that this is gonna be inside a cage, you know.
I
Each
heard.
each stage has something different in there, like weapons and stuff like that. But they'll start on the main cage and then they'll climb up. So that's the way I'm expecting it. But
I think the ones that the WWE does is one's like a different stipulation match.
all right, 3 stages of hell match. So let's see here. So it's 3 stages of hell explained. Okay, so let's see here. All right, highlights the 3 stages of hell stipulation hasn't been used on the main roster of over a decade. Each fall features a different type of match. Okay. So they're going a different route with it. Okay.
They did that even with Stone Cold, I think.
The top no. Okay. So they are going a different way with it. Okay.
Unless they're changing it up again. I don't know. But that's what I kind of recall. Still, it's going to be a good match. And then Drew McIntyre had to poke at, Cody's dad a little bit, saying, when you're there, say hi to your dad.
Yeah.
Which was cold.
Killer,
but, yeah. So, Big B, you excited for the ring in the new year, I guess, for WWE?
For them to not put this match on a pay-per-view is big. I mean, I'm guessing maybe NXT. Netflix wanted to go big, for the first show of 2026, which they did last year. So definitely this is definitely going to drive up ratings. I know there's been reports that Netflix wasn't happy so far with the ratings. ESPN ain't happy with the ratings. So we'll see what that does. But definitely this match going into the 3 stages of hell, that's going to be a big one, I think. So
yeah, Kevin.
Yeah, I mean, like I've been saying before, I mean, clearly Cody Rhodes is going to win the match. Drew McIntyre always chokes in he chokes in every championship match possible he gets. But yeah, I think we're in for a really good, fight. Drew McIntyre, he's an aggressive man, and Cody Rhodes is resilient and can take a beating. So we're definitely in for a good, battle. So can't wait to see how it goes.
I wouldn't be surprised if McIntyre wins this.
I wouldn't be either. I mean, I would say Cody's going to win. I put my money on it, but it wouldn't be so shocking if there's definitely going to be 3 falls. I don't think anybody's going to walk out of this after 2 falls, but it wouldn't be shocking if Drew gets a little tighter run and we see a rematch at the Rumble. So
I wouldn't be surprised if Cody drops the title and has to go through the Rumble again.
No, they're not.
I'm not
gonna
saying he's going to win it, but he has to go through the Rumble to try to get it, but he's unsuccessful.
I don't see Cody participating in the Rumble this year. I could be wrong. I mean, Chris, you could be right. I could be wrong.
I don't know. It's fun to speculate, though.
It sure is. It sure is. So,
that's pretty much it for SmackDown last week, and tonight it was the final Raw of 2025 on the Netflix era, if you want to call it that. They're going to have their celebration on Monday. We'll get to more of that later. But today it started out with the triple threat match. in the women's division between Valkyria, Nikki Bella, and who else?
Valkyria, Nikki Bella, and Raquel Rodriguez.
Valkyria.
Yeah, Valkyria won. What can we say? I know WWE likes to use the legends, and but they got especially the women. I'd like to see them let the women make a name for themselves. The legend women, yes, they've done their due diligence and moved on, but I think it's definitely time that they look to definitely use more of the younger talent, the women that are there now. Let the retirees stay retired. So, but yeah, good match. I love Valkyria's move to end it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Chris or Kevin?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good match. And then like you said, Brandon, to use Raquel Rodriguez's finisher to win the match. That was a smart play by her. Overall, it was a pretty good match. I thought it might have been a little bit longer, just because it was a triple threat. But it overall it was a pretty good match. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too. Not bad. We'll see what Valkyria or Stephanie Valkyria does in 2026 if she can continue the title reign into WrestleMania.
Yep.
Next, you had the promo with the Kabuki Warriors, pretty much going after Rhea and Io Sky. Rio, as they're being called, for their title match next week on the Netflix anniversary show of Raw. Who would you like to see come out of that, victorious? You want to see the champs retain or Io and Rhea come out on top? Kevin?
Oh, you cut out there again. What match was it?
The women's tag.
Excuse me, guys.
The promo.
Yeah.
The promo between the Kabuki Warriors. Yeah,
Yep.
I think it's gonna be a really good match. You got I kind of like the tag team between Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. I've kind of grown to like that a little bit. But again, the Kabuki Warriors, they work pretty well together. So I think we're in for a pretty good match. I think they're doing a good storyline so far. So
They are, but maybe it's time for fresh blood, so to speak. Big B.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is going to be a good match. I'd like to see, and I think it'll happen that Sky and Rhea win. I think it would. I don't know. I guess I got mixed feelings. I think it would help the rivalry between those four teams that we've seen. I hope there's not a heel turn. I hope Io Sky just ain't setting up Rhea to kind of and then line herself back up, because I think that would just kind of kill what they have already put together for a good storyline between the four major women tag teams right now. But it should be a good one. I'm hoping Raquel and Rhea and Io walk away tag champs.
Yeah, that'd be good. I hope it doesn't turn out that way where Io just turns on Rhea, but I wouldn't be surprised if maybe there's a storyline where maybe Rhea hits or bumps Io, takes her out for a little bit, comes back and says, "You did this," blah blah blah, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Kind of turn it around, but who knows what will happen. What else?
You had the next match. Okay, you got it? Okay. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Sorry. No, go ahead.
Yeah, you got R-Truth versus Gunther, which this match was just a filler match.
Yeah.
I mean, I like R-Truth. You know, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame one day, but I think it's just time for Truth to step away. I mean, you know, Gunther's definitely better than him. And they're not going to have Gunther lose to R-Truth cleanly. But Kevin, what did you think of the match?
Yeah, I think this was like, I was talking about backstage, an unnecessary match. You're not really getting anything out of it. You're just getting a brutal, quick beat down. You know, it's not benefiting Gunther's career at all. It doesn't affect it or anything. It just, makes it so much more obvious that R-Truth, like you said, walk away.
Yeah. Chris, what you think?
Yeah.
So
R-Truth does need, no offense, but R-Truth just needs to say, I'm done.
So I'm going to throw out a take here that my son has, and he keeps bringing it up. Do you guys really think John Cena's last match happened, or do you think maybe the way Gunther's been acting that there's probably a plan for Cena to have one more match? Kevin, what do you think?
He's done.
I personally, and I've been saying this, and I said this before, I don't think that was John Cena's last match, and I think it's going to have something to do with The Rock getting involved. I think he's gonna like do something, be like, hey, you gave me your soul, you're done when I say so, and he's gonna come back and he's gonna defeat Gunther, and that will be his final match, and The Rock will be like, hey, now you can be done.
Yeah, I don't think I don't know. I'm wanting to believe that it's John Cena's last match, but I don't know. The way Gunther's been talking about Cena and everybody's trying to back him, R-Truth and stuff, I can see Cena having one more. Like you said, maybe it's The Rock coming out, close to the WrestleMania season, or if the ratings aren't doing good, they flip the script. They have The Rock show up and force Cena to have one more match.
What if it's a open challenge? Like, what if Gunther does an open challenge kind of thing?
Well, maybe. You just never know.
I think Cena's done. Cena's done. I think Cena.
I kind of hope so. It kind of be nice for one of these wrestlers to finally, when they hang it up, say, "Okay, I'm done." Come back, make a special appearance, but step out of the ring.
I believe that it was his last match. He's a man of his word. That when he says something, he means it.
Yeah.
So.
And then the next match, we had Rey Mysterio versus Austin Theory. Of course, this one ends in a DQ with the returning Penta. Yeah. So, Kevin, what do you think of the match? Where do you think this one goes?
What?
Yeah, no surprise that there's a DQ in this match. There's always a DQ when it comes to anything with division. It's almost as bad as watching a Dominic Mysterio match because he gets, DQs all the time as well. But, there was a promo early in the day with him and CM Punk, and he's like, oh, yeah, you need to worry about your title. Don't worry, I'll have backup tonight. It's pretty much what he said. And, it's Rey Mysterio. He's got a bunch of allies. So, but it's good to see Penta back. I know he suffered that injury during the it was the Last Time Is Now tournament, I believe.
Yep.
But yeah, man, I really wish they'd put a Rey Mysterio Penta tag team together. That'd be interesting.
I think it's coming sooner than you think.
Yeah, I have a feeling
That
the way
would be
they
good.
ended this match is that we're gonna see Ray and Penta team up to go against Theory and Logan Paul. I think we're gonna
Because
see it.
they showed, both teams or both duos or whatever, side by side. So I think it's coming. But what did you guys think of Theory's intro music?
I did not catch it fully, but I'll have to listen to it. But his transformation, I think he's definitely gonna make a good heel come 2026. And we might be talking about him next year as one of the best heels.
Maybe.
So
Didn't we have Becky Lynch and Maxine promo?
Yep, Becky Lynch, Maxine came out. Put herself over. Becky comes out and kind of puts Maxine over. I wouldn't mind seeing this match again.
We're going
I
to.
really kind of hope they let Maxine hold the title for a little bit, make her run with it. So, Kevin, what do you think?
Yeah, I think I think it's gonna be another good little rivalry between those two. Anytime Becky Lynch is in a rivalry, it's usually pretty good and it lasts quite a bit. So, like you said, I hope Maxine holds on to it for a little bit. She's been training hard. She's been proving that she can be a fighting and tough competitor. So
I really want them to put her and Becky and AJ Lee in a strong rivalry and see where it goes. Title or not, I don't care, but I think they need to push that as a rivalry. And maybe AJ doesn't want to wrestle that much, but I'd like to see that rivalry develop more.
Unfortunately, I think they're going to get the match next week.
What, Becky versus Maxine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
been confirmed.
Yep.
And they'll
All
probably
right.
put it on. They'll put it on Becky because it's the Netflix
No,
premiere.
if they put it on Becky, then you have AJ come in and then build that rivalry. I'm kind of fine with that too. I mean, if I just hope Maxine doesn't lose steam and get lost in the shuffle after she loses. So, main event tag team title match: the Usos versus AJ Styles and Dragon Lee for the tag titles. Little dirty ending, but the Usos defeat Styles and Lee to win their 9th tag titles. Chris, what you think of the match?
Good match. Glad the Usos are, back in the title picture and got their first win, in what I think they said 2023, April 2023.
Yeah.
So good to see them. I think this was a temporary team between Dragon Lee and AJ Styles. It was a fun tag team, but I think it was time, and maybe it elevated Dragon Lee up a little bit.
Yeah. Kevin?
yeah, I kind of think the reason they had AJ not AJ AJ Styles and Dragon Lee lose the titles is because they're getting ready for the AJ Styles farewell tour as well, coming in 2026. So it makes sense to give it to the Usos, but I'm glad to see the Usos back together. I really think they should just stick together and just be a tag team. They're a lot better that way. Because when Jimmy's a solo, he really doesn't get booked that much.
Yep.
He's practically just always
all.
in the background. Yeah, he's just always in the background, always there when GA's about to get a fight or something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of good to see, the Usos back together again, both in the same ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, nope, I get it. I think you're right. I think together they're good. Separate, Jay's the better Sal than Jimmy. And that's on, again, it's a business. You got to promote yourself. You got to do your thing. I think Jay with the whole Yeet thing is what made him. I mean, I think that was the great promotion on his part. So.
Well, and I think at one point Jay had to eat first.
Now, he might have
And
said it, but I think Jimmy kind of stole it.
Yeah.
But all right. So, anything else? Wrestling wise,
You mentioned it in the backstage that a lot of NXT guys are being called up.
mm-hmm.
You had Trick Williams at Raw tonight.
Yep.
You had
Joe Henry.
I think Javon Evans at Raw and SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's Javon Evans is going to be. Once he gets up to the main roster, sky's the limit for that kid. Me and Kevin saw him live when they came here for NXT, and that I really want to see Javon Evans and that kid from NXT TNA be a good tag team. But yeah, Javon Evans, he can jump out of the gym.
He feels bouncy.
Yeah, he's bouncy, all right.
But no, we have a few, and then I think Boba Femi's being called up. They had a promo last week and tonight with him.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
man, that guy's he's gonna wreck when he comes here.
Yeah. I think Triple H and Shawn Michaels are kind of on the same wavelength of where they want to see the wrestling division go. WWE in general. I mean, I know they don't want to lose out on NXT, but I think they know. I think they got the right brains on who to bring up and when to bring them up. Because when we saw with Vince, is he bring somebody up and they would not do good, they send them back down or cut them. We don't see that much with Triple A or Triple H. When he brings somebody up, he pushes them for a little bit, and we saw that with Carmelo Hayes getting the U.S. title. Trick Williams will be right behind him. Olafemi be right behind him. Some of the women, I mean, I don't know. So Ruka's a good one that I think they want to probably keep her down. I'd probably keep her down just to make sure her injury's gone. But I say Jordan Grace is probably going to be up soon. But I mean, they're not really using her that much.
What about that Tatum Paxley and God? Who's that other JC Jane? I know JC Jane used to be in WWE.
Yeah, JC Jane. She's been up a couple times. I don't know. I think I think another year down in NXT kind of get her feel, but she might be one that they'll bring up every once in a while, like a Rumble and something, and see. But she might be one of those. As much as I hate to say it, because she signed my son's card for us, she might be an NXT person for a while.
And that doesn't beat. That's not a bad thing.
No, it's not a bad thing. I mean, you're still living out your dream. You're still getting that paycheck.
What about Blake Monroe?
She's not ready yet.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen too much of her. But you go back to Ruka. I tell you what, she's got by far the best finisher ever. I don't know how she came up with it. I don't know how she pulls it off, but she's got the best finisher ever.
Oh, the Soul Snatcher?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you call it whatever you want. I call it amazing. So, but
I forgot what that finisher even looks like. I'll have to look it up.
So she goes off the top rope and does a backflip or a front flip and RKO's the person. Yeah, you gotta look it up. It is just amazing. I don't know. And the thing is, she misses it, she's getting hurt. I mean, that you have to hit that with perfection. So somebody's gonna get hurt if that's not a perfected move. So, but
Right. But that's all
right.
I got.
Yep. So I know everybody's watching. I know, WWE wrestlers, all the wrestlers are around the world watching, waiting to see what awards that C2C gives out.
Yep.
They're tuning in. They're going to have a little celebration coming forward. They can't wait to get Kevin Cherry's first award here. So let's kick it off. Let's kick it off with the best return. Again, this is any promotion that you guys that you watch. I mean, unless you're just a WWE guy, that's fine. But Kevin, we'll let you start it off. Who is your award for best return?
I think I got to go with the pretty obvious one here. WWE. It's a male. I'm going with Brock Lesnar. He just got a huge reaction. It really came out of nowhere. I mean, we all suspected it because it was John Cena's farewell tour, but we didn't think it was going to come that soon, and it came like out of nowhere. And the crowd just had a huge reaction. It was loud.
Okay,
You had the speculations of, he's never going to come back and all that. So I have to give it to Brock Lesnar.
That was a shocker there. I wasn't expecting that one. Chris, the bacon. Who gets the bacon award for the best return?
Is this for any like male, female, or just
anyone? Yeah, anyone who had the best return.
I got two. I'll go with on the male side. We'll go with Zack Ryder / Matt Cardona on the male side.
That Kevin called that one.
And then for the female, we'll go AJ Lee.
Yeah, that's my best return is AJ Lee. It's one of those you knew it was coming. They didn't hide it. But, man, did she get a pop when she returned. It's been speculated since CM Punk got back. That's why I kind of wish they would push that rivalry a little bit. So
if we're going to do a women's one, I already have one off the top of my head. If we're going to do women's, I'd have to do the Alexa Bliss return.
I was going to say that.
Because there was no speculation of her returning. She was having contract disputes. She said that she was not going to return, all that, and boom, out of nowhere, there she is at the Rumble. I witnessed that firsthand. I witnessed the reaction, the crowd noise. That I promise you, that was the loudest reaction out of any sporting event I've been to, and I've been to a lot. And that was the loudest reaction I had.
All right.
So,
that's a good one. That one is good. I kind of forgot all about that, but after you talked about it, Kevin, it's just like, oh yeah, that's right. She did was say no, she wasn't returning. So let's go with the best promo. There's a lot to choose from. Chris, who gets your bacon award for the best promo?
My bacon award goes to CM Punk, I think after the Royal Rumble, I think it was, when he was on the announce table. And
no, it was the Elimination Chamber, I think it was. So, I know which one you're talking about. Kevin, your best promo.
My best promo, I think, just happened not too long ago. It was right before War Games. Is Cody Rhodes going out there and pretty much dissing the entire other team, including Paul Heyman. I mean, man, he literally, completely trashed their entire careers.
Yeah, I know.
So I have to give it to Cody.
Yeah, my best promo. Chris, you're 2 for 2 on stealing from me. If we're doing rank them, we'd be calling it a sniping. But yeah, that CM Punk promo after I want to say it was Elimination Chamber when they had Cena turn on Cody Rhodes. He just laid into the ring, called him a bald-headed fool or something like that, or yeah, it was a great promo. Yeah, but the Cody Rhodes one was good too. Actually, the next one I would have picked would have been the Roman Reigns one when he comes out, and then CM Punk comes out, and then Cody Rhodes comes out, and they're all talking about the title and stuff, and Roman's like, "Oh, it made it look better on mine," and they're like, Punk's like, "Who, his or mine?" And Roman didn't say anything. So
Right.
all right, so let's go into the best match. We'll do a females one first. So, Kevin, your best female match.
So I might have the same as at least one of you, maybe. I'm not sure. But I'm going with WrestleMania 41, the triple threat match between Belair, Io Sky, and Rhea Ripley. It was the first ever women's 5-star rating match in history. And
really?
Wow.
that's like that was like the only match I could actually think of being, that well deserving at the time. But if I had to give it a close second, I would also say the AEW Blood and Guts War Games match.
All right. Chris, your best women's match.
My best women's match. Ooh. I'll go with the triple threat. That's the one I keep thinking of.
All right. Yeah, my best match, AEW's women's Blood and Guts match. I know WWE does, the War Games, but AEW let these women just go at it. I think each one of them, I think, left bloody. I know they let the guys do whatever, but I think this is the first time I've seen the women just go out there and just give it an old slobberknocker, as JR would say, and
that was the first women's Blood and Guts.
Yeah. So and I was kind of hoping that WWE would have did this somewhat the same thing with War Games, but they didn't. It was a little let down, but all right, let's go to the male side of things. Chris, your favorite best male match?
Ooh, best male match. We'll go Cena versus Cody at SummerSlam.
That was a good one. Kevin, your best male match?
I witnessed this one in person. I'm doing the Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens at the Royal Rumble. That was such an intense match. It was brutal. Both those guys should have broke their neck. I mean, Cody Rhodes ate several ladders to the neck. He landed wrong. Kevin Owens getting slammed through the ladder. Like, that match was intense. Like, you didn't even want to watch it in person, let alone watch it on TV that close. It was intense. I'd have to give it to that.
For some reason, I thought that match was last year. That is a good match.
Were you talking about Kevin Owens and Cody?
Yeah.
That was I thought that was last year.
No, that was a Rumble.
No, that was.
He's right.
That was at the Rumble.
Was that Saturday night's main event? I know what you're talking about. I thought that was Saturday night main event.
No, it was the ladder match between Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. It was at the Royal Rumble, the Winged Eagle title, when Kevin Owens was holding that around.
That was Saturday night's main event.
No, it was at the.
No, Cody won the Rumble, so he wasn't in the. Yeah, it was still a good match. I mean, don't get me wrong, that was a good match. That was Saturday night's main event. It was a great match. Yeah, that one. But my favorite.
That's why I watched that one in person.
No.
We'll look it up later.
Yeah. My favorite match of the year, because of the history between these four individuals, I am going the TNA tag titles, tables, ladders, and chairs match, Hardys versus the Dudleys. And I wish I could have been there for that one, just to see the Dudleys give them their boots and, kind of walk away. But, yeah, that match was definitely a good one. All right. So let's get into the best heel. Let's go female side. Kevin, who is your best female heel of the year?
Hold up. I was just looking up this match. I'm almost 100% sure that was the Royal Rumble.
Rose versus KO.
Yeah. Belts after a violent, injury-filled battle that saw Kevin Owens use ladders as weapons, ended up in Kevin Owens being slammed through a ladder. That was the Royal Rumble.
Huh.
Yep. Undisputed WWE Championship ladder match with both the WWE
You are right.
Yeah. I watched that in person. Yeah, I remember that one because I was texting Brandon about that. That match was...
Who the heck won the Rumble this year?
Jey Uso.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Jey Uso won the Rumble. Yeah.
All right. No,
you remember he lost
I'm sorry. You're right. That was a heck of a match. Yeah.
Yeah, it was obvious that Jey Uso was going to win it because Jey Uso had lost it Saturday night's main event prior to that.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. No, that. Yeah, I thought that match happened last year, 2024.
Yeah.
No, definitely a good match. All right. So, Kevin, back to you for best heel female.
Best heel female?
Yes, heel female.
Oh man. I gotta go with the Becky Lynch heel turn on Lyra Valkyria.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Chris, your best female heel.
I don't know if it's the heel turn, but just in general, I'll go Becky.
Okay. Yeah, Becky does play a good heel. I am going to go again.
And not just Sports Illustrated says, I'm just playing.
And this might be a little biased because, like I said, when she was here in NXT, she signed a card, but I think she plays a great heel. JC Jane. I think she plays a heck of a good heel. So, Chris, back to you. Best female or male heel.
Best male, I would go to Dirty Dominic Mysterio.
All right. Kevin, your best male heel.
Mine is more of a recent. I went with Braun Breaker turn on Seth Rollins.
Yeah, he's gonna be a good heel too. I hope he's one that just stays strictly heel because I don't think he'd make a good face. I don't know. I got two, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be a two-time winner for me. But I got MJF and Dominic Mysterio. Those two, by far, are just above themselves. I think Austin Theory is going to be in that group next year. But those two just, the heel turns are just amazing for them. So, all right. So let's get into, we got to get the face. So best face. Chris, your best face for female.
Best face for female would have to be your local wrestler, Big B and Kevin. We'll go Tiffany.
I like that pick. Kevin.
I had a hard time, figuring this one out. So I just went ahead and I went with Rhea Ripley, just because of her change of attitude. Siding with Io Sky and becoming more of a friend more than a foe to a lot of people. So I went Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, I like that pick too. I was kind of debating on Tiffany Stratton just because, she kind of started off as a heel, turned face, won the title. But I'm going with the up-and-comer, the current Raw champ, Stephanie Valkyrie. I think she's going places. So, all right, let's go with the best face for male. Kevin, who's your,
You know, and this was not a heel turn. This was a face turn based off the storyline. I went Jacob Fatu turning on Solo.
Ooh. Okay. I think he's gonna be. I kind of see him as a face, but I think he's gonna kind of be. I don't want to say
Neutral.
a Stone Cold ripoff, but I think that's what he's going to kind of be like. Everybody's going to like him, but they're going to like because he does bad things, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So, Chris, your male face of the year.
I'm going off of the crowd and what we've seen this year. We're going to go with John Cena. No one liked him as the heel when he did turn heel. Everybody wanted to see him face, as a face.
Yeah. That was never a predictable heel. That's kind of like a Dragon Viper pick. I'll just pick John Cena.
No.
So my face of the my face of the year, I'm going NXT. Partly because of I saw this guy live when he wrestled Joey the Jet Avalon at Turtle Lake. And his speech afterwards on praising, not just indie talent, but Joey Avalon, and saying that he reached out to a lot of people that faced him and was wondering who he should face because he got, what they talked about bringing him in. I'm going Mike Santana from TNA.
Nice. You'll be here in Dallas. When TNA gets their new deal.
So let's go to. I mean, some people probably said we've already kind of did this with the best face and heel. Kind of the MVP of the story, but your top tag team. We'll start there, and then we'll go female and male. But your top tag team, Chris, for 2025.
Top tag team of 2025. What?
Are we doing male and female for this one?
No, I didn't think there was much of a difference. But if you got one for both, go ahead.
We'll go top tag team would be. I know it's recency biased, but we'll go AJ Styles and Dragon Lee.
Okay, Kevin, your top tag team.
I went Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair. They just worked great together as a tag team. You put two veterans together. It was funny to see, we're not friends. And then, Charlotte Flair finally gave in and they just work so well together. They've had a history with each other. They've let bygones be bygones from past. And they just, it's the chemistry there for a tag team is pretty good.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's a good tag team. I'm going with the old school. They captured the TNA titles. They came over, won the NXT titles. They retired the Dudley Boys. I'm going with the Hardys. So to do what they do and not get injured is amazing. Let's go with our top female superstar of the year. Kevin, who do you have?
I think it's pretty obvious. I went with Stephanie Vaquer, I said, and mostly because she's proved to be a fighting champion and can take on anybody in that locker room.
All right. Great. Chris looks a little busy at the time. So I will go with mine. I have two. I do like Valkyrie. She is definitely one of them. And again, it's all about promoting yourself. And this girl, she's won 13, 14 titles. I know she's starting to lose them, but Mercedes money, aka Shasta Bank. So Kevin or Chris, who is your top female of the year?
My top female of the year would be Stephanie Vaquer.
Yeah, no, that's a good choice. I think
she's been doing well since her, appearance in WWE and on the main roster, and
she's done a lot in a short time.
Yeah, and she's defeated some big talent on the main roster.
All right. Top male of the year. So, Kevin, who is your top male of the year?
You guys are going to be surprised when I tell you this. So
All right.
Are
even though I hate this man with a dire passion, all right, hate him with dire passion, I got to give him where his credit is due, and I'm taking Dominic Mysterio.
Wow. Wow. I definitely like that. Appraise that pick. I definitely do. And the thing is, you watch a lot of interviews with Ray and everybody. They're all saying the same thing, that Dom is legit. I mean, Dom is, going to be around for a while. I know it was announced today that he's out indefinitely with a shoulder injury. But no, you got me on that one. Chris?
Yeah.
I'll make it a co-award. Say Dominic Mysterio, and we'll go Joe Hendry. I feel like the crowd has been behind Joe Hendry. When he was part of TNA, jumping into the world of WWE, and he thrived in it, and we'll see how he does on the main roster. But I'm going to go with the co-award.
No, I definitely like the fact that and I'm gonna not spill the beans, but I'm glad we didn't go with Cody. I'm glad we didn't go with Roman. I'm glad we didn't go with CM Punk. I'm going with TNA's current champ. I'm going with Mike Santana. I think he's definitely leading that brand over there, making a name for himself, and it's well deserved. So, our last moment, and then we'll get into a couple little predictions here for 2026. The big wow moment. This could be anything that just wowed you. It could be Joe Henry showing up on WrestleMania. It could be whatever. So, Kevin, what is your big wow moment?
My big wow moment is R-Truth cutting his hair and becoming Ron Killings.
That didn't last long either, but yeah, that was something that whole promo. I would say that was probably my top 10 promos this year. Was that one coming out? Chris, your big wow moment.
That was definitely a wow moment. I would have to go with Elimination Chamber. I believe it was Chamber. John Cena won the match. Cody Rhodes comes out to basically congratulate him. And, The Rock comes out, cuts that promo, and they didn't bleep it out, but they say, "Hey, Rock,"
Oh yeah,
and they kept it.
No, I'm glad they did. I think
that was my wow moment. Like, whoa, they kept it.
Yeah, and I think if you watch the documentary on that, Triple H wanted them to keep it. I think he didn't tell nobody. Just like, keep it on camera 3 because we're gonna have something to hit here.
Wait, what happened?
When Cody Rhodes told Rock to go F himself, and then that's when Cena hugged him and then turned on him. Yeah, no, that was a good one. I like that one. So this one kind of hits home a little bit because when TNA was here, got to meet this guy, and then to see him a few weeks later show up at one of their pay-per-views and now getting a little run here on TNA. I'm going to go with the YouTuber, the wrestling podcaster, Brad Collins, a.k.a. BDE. I'm glad that kid's getting to live out his dream. Definitely. I got an honorable mention. Kevin, you're going to like this one. I know you weren't there, but here in Hastings, MAW, at the end of one of their matches, the lights went out. They turned it back on, and half of Top Flight was there. That's my honorable mention one. Dontarius Martin was there.
Damn.
No, that was a good one. So, all right, guys. So we got our award. Go ahead.
If I had an honorable mention as well, it would be the Jade Cargill return at Elimination Chamber.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Going after Naomi right in front of Bianca Belair.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'll have an honorable mention.
All right, you go ahead, Chris.
when Naomi cashed in her money in the bank.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Mm.
Yep. Yeah.
Because it was kind of on a B or C pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
All right. So as we wrap up the show, going into 2026, Kevin, what's a couple things off the top of your head that you're going to lay money on that? Hey, I hope this happens in 2026. So give us a couple. Your couple predictions.
Oh man, 2026, huh? And here, if I had to put my money on two things to happen, it's both going to be with females.
Okay.
I think I'd have to put money on Alexa Bliss joining Wyatt Six,
Okay.
and Paige being the number 30 entrant at the Royal Rumble.
Okay. Gotcha. All right, Kevin or Chris, what do you think? What's your prediction?
I think in 2026 we're going to break the walls down. You know what I mean?
Yep. Know what you mean.
And I think that AJ Lee will become a women's champion.
Okay. For me, one, and I think it's going to fail with a big fail, but they're going to try it, and they're going to make me upset.
Uh-oh.
Is that WWE is going to try to push Dom as a face? I just don't think it's going to work. I think I'm going to throw it out there that Braun Breaker will defeat CM Punk, and I think he's going to hold that title until WrestleMania. So, any big returns that we could possibly see in 2026, guys? Kevin, you got
I
anybody?
mentioned one.
Well, yeah, okay. Let's leave Brock Lesnar out of it because we know he's going to retire here at SummerSlam.
Oh man!
Yeah,
right.
I would have to say you're probably going to get. I really want to put money on it. I would say you're probably going to get a Paige return at the Royal Rumble. Chris, I like your Chris Jericho return.
Yep.
Man, let's see.
It's not.
I mean, I don't know if it's.
I'm just kidding.
I don't know if it's considered a return or not, but Jacob Fatu.
Yeah. Yeah. I see that.
And I think you're gonna. I think this year, 2026, you're not gonna get a return. You're gonna get a debut of Zilla Fatu.
Did he not
We've
do
heard that
something
for a
at
while.
NXT this past week?
Mm.
I thought I saw something. But anyway, no, good. Yeah, the debut for Zilla has been talked for weeks now, months. So Chris, any returns you're looking forward to besides Y2J and Brock Lesnar?
I didn't say Brock Lesnar. I just said Mark. But I'm thinking Paige will be one.
Yeah, I think Paige is going to be a good one.
Because she was at an indie wrestling event,
Yep.
I think a day or two ago, and she had her old music
Okay.
from WWE. So I think that's going to be one. You're going to have probably Jericho sometime soon. I don't know who else.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I like the Paige one. There's been a lot of steam with that. The other one I think could be, and I know, Dragon Viper, I'm going to finally give you your props. I don't know where he's at in the injury, but I think we're going to see a Randy Orton sighting. Maybe not right away,
that's another person I was thinking.
But probably mid-year. I'm also going to throw it out there, too, that I know AJ's hinted that this year might be his retirement tour. I think AJ returns to TNA for his last match. I think that's where it's going to be.
They're already
Really?
I think TNA wants him next month.
Yeah,
January.
I think we're gonna see AJ on TNA, and I think that's where his
Yeah.
last match will be. So
But I mean, for their new, TV
yeah,
deal,
oh yeah, they're gonna pull out all the
they
stops.
won on that first show.
Yep. Yeah. So with that being said, guys, 2025 is in the wraps. What's your final thoughts on the whole year? Your first year, Kevin. What's your thoughts on your first year of being with C2C and Between the Ropes?
Yeah, I feel, like I said, this has always been like a dream for me to be able to do, any kinds of sport talk, any podcast of any sorts. Knowing Brandon through, other stuff that I have interest in, it was good that he opened up to me about joining and being able to do this since, it was a, popular, thing between me and him. So it was good to join and be able to finally, do something that I enjoy doing. And I think, it's been a great time. I put a lot of effort into, this stuff. And I enjoy every minute of doing it.
Chris.
Yeah, it's definitely been it's been a
So-
fun 2025. We had the debut of Netflix with WWE. I think it's going okay. I wouldn't say it's the best, but it's been okay. And just trying to juggle everything. But hopefully 2026 will be a little bit easier for wrestling fans. Hopefully, ticket prices will go down, for attendance and, all of that. So,
yeah. No, I'm just grateful for this 2025 wrestling season. Got to get to a lot of, local promotions. Got to sit ringside, aisle side. Got to enjoy with my son. It's always great. 2026, I hope brings a lot. Chris, I'm with you on the ticket prices. Definitely hope they go down, but just can't wait to go to more wrestling events. I know my first scheduled event that I'll be at will be January 31st. MAW's kicking off their season, their year, so I can't wait for that. Again, 2025, we saw a few icons pass away, especially Hogan and stuff. So 2025 meant a lot to me. But 2026 will be bigger and better. We'll see where it all goes. It all starts next Friday with SmackDown. Some pay-per-views overseas, see how they draw. But overall, keep checking us out all week long. Wednesday, we'll return after the holidays. This Wednesday, talk about football, primetime blitz. Definitely got some good matches to talk about. Kevin's Bears kind of choked one away, but it is what it is. They're in the playoffs. A couple weeks, we'll have our NFL award show on that one, so check that out. Might have a special guest, but we'll see where that goes. But with that being said, we'll see y'all next week. The first episode of 2026 for Between the Ropes. Have a good night.